Yeah, they're gonna. I think they need like 3 more people, but I don't. I'm gonna be honest with you. I truly don't give a like. I genuinely don't care. This don't affect me one way or another, and so I feel bad for the air traffic controllers, but fuck 'em. I
Damn.
feel bad. I feel bad for TSA.
Damn.
Like, that sound like a personal issue. That sound like something that they're gonna have to figure out. This don't affect me at
Yeah, but
all.
Anton, you just said that these other this the girl with the long eyelashes and all that, they put themselves in that position, but these TSA workers didn't. They just filled out applications to work. They didn't. You know what I'm saying? That's a
I don't
different
give a
thing now.
fuck. Like they don't trip when the UAW workers have to go on strike. Ain't nobody caring about them. They don't care when the Teamsters got to go on strike. They don't care when the UPS workers wasn't getting paid. Why? Because they government workers. Like they wasn't tripping off nobody else. So now all of a sudden we supposed to care about them because they chose a position or they chose a job that you know what I'm saying that requires for them to take some L's and to hold on. When the UAW workers was negotiating for their contracts or the longshoremen that was out on the ports that was doing shit during the pandemic or when the CDL and the truck drivers was trying to negotiate for better contracts, they didn't give a fuck about them. Nobody came up to them. So why should I think that? And it don't mean that I don't want them to get to work and get grinding, but this is life. And if you know that you a fucking government worker,
Yeah,
nigga, you
but
got
that's
stirred up because you know it may be a 30 to 60-day time frame where you may not be able to get your bag up because the UAW workers, they had to depend on them little unemployment checks and them little bullshit little floating checks that they had to get, and they was on strike for a long time. So I think that people need to wake the fuck up and stop and start lowering their lifestyle. Stop feeling like you entitled to have a child that everybody's supposed to take care of because them days is over. And I don't feel sorry for the government workers that's getting laid off either. I don't feel sorry for the people that's getting laid off. I just don't,
God
man,
damn.
because I
I don't know
don't,
why you
bro.
got so cold, brother.
I
Cold,
know
brother.
I got a cold heart when it comes to business because
Yeah, but
again,
that's
man,
bad for business.
these
Like,
I'll put it like this. I grew up in Detroit, so I seen thousands of people, tens of thousands of people getting laid off,
the
hundreds of
auto
thousands of
industry.
people
Yeah.
get laid off in '08, and nobody gave a fuck. Nobody cared. And so, I seen Vegas get
Obama
shut
bailed
down.
them out though, didn't he? He
Man, no,
bailed out the
he didn't
auto
bail them out.
industry.
He didn't. A lot of them workers had to move on.
Mm.
So I care, but I think that is self preservation. Like, all right, all right, check this out. I'll put it like this: we told these niggas not to vote Democrat. Now they holding y'all up over healthcare coverage for illegal migrants, trying to bully the Republicans to give them $1.5 trillion so they could subsidize states like California because they fucked up their own budget. That's a self-inflicted wound. I remember all last year, niggas was telling me, and I remember some of them was TSA workers, niggas was telling me that it didn't matter if they voted or not. So now what, nigga? I thought it didn't matter. It didn't matter, right? Remember? But
Well,
you
I hear
got
a lot of
these
people say that.
bullshit at you got these bullshit at see all of this is repercussions from the shit that people decided that they didn't want to participate in. You didn't feel like your vote mattered. You didn't want to vote. You wanted to do things and let it play out the way that y'all wanted to let it play out. Okay. So this is what happens. This is what happens when you decide that you want to go that other way. Now you got to suffer. And a lot of these government workers ain't coming back. They're not going to get their jobs back. So when I see stuff happen, I realize that it's the direct result of people that put themselves in a position to have to suffer like this. And I made up in my mind in 2008, and it have never happened to me again.
So you
I'm
think
never
the
put myself in a position to ever depend on the government to do anything for me except for the basics, the very
like
basics,
what? What's that?
like making sure we fund the military, I can't control what happens with war. Like the
But
basic.
what about people that don't care about the military, but they care about other things? That's why America
Military is the only reason why we got the freedom that we got. It ain't for no other reason. It ain't because
millions of people in the streets saying we're losing our
only
freedom.
Reason the fact that we got the military, and that's why we invest so much in it, is the only reason why we free. That's why historically we always saluted military members. That we were always supposed to have respect for military members. But everybody wanted to sit down, everybody wanted to kneel, everybody wanted to play games. All right, fuck around and find out then. So I don't have no sympathy for people that choose and had the freedom to vote the way that they wanted to, had the freedom to stand the way that they wanted to, and then now they got to suffer the consequences as a result of it. You got to eat that shit. See, if it was up to me, I would let places like Los Angeles, Chicago, all of them just suffer because they voted that way. They asked for that.
That's very.
I will let them niggas tear their own fucking city inside out. That's the shit they voted for. Damn. They voted for mayors to let illegal migrants come in their shit and take over. They gave hundreds of millions of dollars to illegal migrants, and they told you niggas to suck my dick when it come to reparations. I don't feel sorry for them niggas, bro.
Hey, D, what you say to the people who didn't vote for this shit and still gotta eat it, basically?
Your fault. Eat that shit. I had to deal with it in Michigan. We had to deal with Jennifer Granholm. We had to deal with a lot of shit. We had to deal with Comey stealing fucking money. They ran the schools into the ground, and I stayed. I ain't go nowhere. I just stayed. I took my L and I said, all right, well.
What do you think about black people?
I'm a mobilize. I'm a leverage my platform. We flipping this bitch back red, and that's what we did. We turned Michigan back red.
But what do you think about black people having their own party? Like, I mean, I know, trust me, it's far-fetched because black people can't even decide.
Why would you want something like that?
They can't decide on what to eat. But I'm saying if they were organized like the Jews, and it'll never happen, but if they were organized like the Jews, do you think that we would be better off if we had our own party where we could weed out the weak? And
we do got our own party. We voted. We got our own party. We voted 92% women for Democrats and 78% men for Democrats. That's our party. That's the new Black Panther Party.
Yeah, but a lot of black.
But it comes with shampoo. It comes with caveats. You also can get some men in some women's bathrooms. You also get a bullnose ring. You get gay marriage. You know what I'm saying? You get all of that good stuff.
Do you believe in gay marriage?
I don't.
Oh, you don't? You would outlaw it if you could? If you were in charge, you would outlaw it?
Yes.
Wow.
Shampoo, do you believe in gay marriage?
I mean, it's not my thing, but it doesn't, I used to think like that because I could rationalize it, but you could rationalize it, but as I got old, I just let people be who they want to be, you know what I'm saying? I used to feel like that, and I understand that type of thinking. I do. I understand where it's come because black people are more conservative than what they're getting credit for.
I think unfortunately, once people get older, they stop caring about things and they just feel like, all right, whatever. But no, you should.
No. In that sense, I don't know who you talking to when you about older. I still care about. I'm not everything.
You used to think that way, but why did you stop thinking that way?
Because I mean, it's just part of life. It's part of society. But I think that the Democratic Party goes too far with that. I do. Okay. But at the same time, I don't want to outlaw it. There's times that he's gonna ban that shit.
No, I think that people could sleep with, do whatever they want to do. I don't have to agree with it. I think you could sleep with. Listen, you could do whatever you want to do for the most part, if it's not against the law. But I don't think that we have to validate it. I don't think that we should be giving the same benefits to people that want to rub dicks together as people that want to actually build a family together.
I mean, I heard that argument, and there's some, sad to say, some validity to that type of thinking. But it's just at the end of the day, it's fighting against a wave that's too strong now.
But you still have to stand on your values and what you believe in. You can't just be moving with the wind.
But you don't stand with all your values. I don't know you, but I know that some of us at certain points
Well, no, I'm saying with certain things, especially when you're talking about things of that nature and God, when you have fundamental values and principles, yeah, you see it, you can deal with it, but you don't have to celebrate a gay wedding. I understand that that's what you do. Just like they were. Well,
but if I have a bakery and a gay couple wants me to make their cake, I'll make a cake for them because I want the money.
You think that if it was say that it was like a pastor and his wife owned a bakery, like the incident prior, do you think they should have got the flack and got in trouble like they did for not making a gay cake for a gay wedding? Or for a pastor to officiate? Because at that time when Obama came, they were talking about people going to jail and holding them accountable for not even performing gay marriages in the church.
Because
and guess what? Guess who didn't say nothing? The black church.
Okay, because
I'm saying. There's no because when you have grounded principles, foundations, no excuse, no this, no that, none of that. If we're talking about the church or we talking about your values, they wonder why people don't go into church no more because the church ain't there.
So can I respond to your
well, no, you can, but I did want to ask you something because you was talking about why we had our own party. And my question to you
wait, I just want to address what you said about I done forgot my train of thought, what you was saying.
Well,
I couldn't believe it.
I ain't gonna be long, I'm never long. But what I was gonna say is why you said should we have our own party? Why do
no? I said it'll never happen.
I understand that
because we hate each other, so it'll never happen.
Okay,
that's what I said. That's what I said.
I get it.
Yeah,
I understand that.
Got you.
All right. What I'm asking you is, why do black people, because we the only ones do this, why do we assume, or why all of us come together, our thoughts, because we already know that the black community there just wouldn't be a thing because we don't all think the same, first of all. And if the first person that descends from whatever the majority is, they're going to be ostracized. So why do you think that all black people need to like clump together and build this whole thing that's not happening? Why we can't be individuals and raise our family and make sure we raise our kids in our household where our first ministry at? And that way, when we produce and fruit,
I got it. You're going to sing a whole song? I got it.
No, I'm not singing. I'm not singing. You would know if I was singing. But so I'm just asking the question. Do you feel like we all need to continue to be lumped together with the same idea, the same mission, the same everything, even though we fundamentally different? Just like you said, you were raised very different from a lot of us on this panel.
But it doesn't. Go ahead.
Our worldviews, we would look at certain things different. Just like Anton would look at some things different than a person who didn't come up with that foundation he had. So, but my problem with black people is, and when you saying, because that would be beautiful, I'm just saying it won't happen because we not a monolith. We don't all think the same, but when we don't think the same, they attack. Look what they doing to Stephen A. We can't even hold each other accountable. So how would you expect to have a party?
Because if the vibe from Stephen A that I get is that he's being strategic. When somebody is
he's grifting. I feel like he's grifting.
When somebody is original and they believe what they're saying, that's fine. But if you look like you're doing it to like it just seems phony. It's just
I was thinking that at first, but I do. So you don't think people can change? You don't think people can have their minds change when the facts change, information change? You don't think that's a thing?
Yes, I do. But the argument and the disagreement is that we're always the butt of the joke. We're always the punching bag. That's how people think that that's why the rejection from Stephen A and certain people when they do that.
The rejection is because y'all don't want to hear it. You cannot say anything about a black woman or especially a black woman. People turn, you wouldn't even be going this hard when they turn men down all the time. Why you don't attack back?
What you say? What'd you say?
Women tear men down all the time. So what is wrong with attacking back? What is wrong with standing up, showing your leadership, showing your strength, and being like, woman, listen, basically?
What? That'll be illegal. What, want me to grab her? What are you talking
about? I never said grab her.
But what did you just say? You
That's
said
energy. I'm presenting an energy. Leader, woman, listen, you're messing up. What is wrong with that?
Nothing wrong with that.
Well, then why Stephen A getting so much flack?
Because the argument with him is that he only does it to certain races. He doesn't do. No, I'm saying, listen, I don't really follow Stephen A like that, but that's what people are upset about.
Well, she a mess.
What happened?
She's a mess. You think she's a mess? You think she's a good representation of us? She's the one cosplaying. So you think she's actually?
Who are we talking about?
We're talking about Jasmine Crockett. Why Stephen A getting so much flack? I thought we was on the same page.
No, I didn't know you. You just kept saying she.
Well,
yeah, we not on a phone call. We like, you know what I'm saying? I get it, but Jasmine Crockett is a great example for young black women that they could become lawyers. They could become
you know what? You the problem. You want to know why? Because those people do not know she's a lawyer. They don't know anything.
Don't get so upset because I said something positive about a black woman. Please.
They don't know that. That was the whole point he was trying to make. That was the correction. He acknowledged that. But nobody would know that based off her performances. She don't talk about that. She don't talk about what she done. She don't talk about her legislation. She don't talk about nothing. And her neighborhoods look like trash that she represented. So his criticisms is right. And I don't see what's the problem with holding black women accountable. Like, what is the beef with that?
But why do we all have to be behind Stephen A. Smith? Why can't people have criticism of him? Why
he can't have criticism over Jasmine Crockett?
He does. And people could criticize his criticism. And people could criticize why he criticizing. The fuck, who is he? He ain't nobody's God.
Nikki, to answer your question,
he could criticize and somebody criticize him. What is he, some flower? He can't take it? Shit, he make plenty of money. Don't worry about him, sister. Don't worry about him. Don't worry about him. He get cheese. He get enough cheese and crackers for a lifetime. You ain't got to worry about Stephen A. Smith.
I ain't worried about him. I want y'all to quit worrying about him.
Stop protecting people that don't give a damn. He don't care about you. Stephen A. Smith don't care about you.
Nothing to do with nothing.
But I'm saying, why you care about him?
Say silly stuff like that. That has nothing to do.
Why you defending him so much?
Any of that. We talking about a situation, an overall problem in the black community. Why women fucked up and why the leaders
good about the black
will not hold them accountable. That is frustrating.
What's good about the black community?
A lot of stuff good about
the black
community.
Name one. Let's name one. What?
We talking about Negroes. We're not talking about the black community. I guess you want to bring up what about white people too?
No, I wouldn't dare talk about that. No, Lord, don't talk about them. I wouldn't do that in your presence. Hell no. Okay. I love white people. I know you do.
Why y'all talk about white people get this too?
I'm sorry. I didn't talk about no white people. Don't get mad.
Let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question. You in New York, right?
New Jersey. Me?
Oh, Jersey. What do you think about Zoran Mamdani?
I think that I'm not for all of that free stuff, and it's just too much. But he's a hell of a messenger, and it's obviously selling. But I don't agree with him because with the apartments, like the apartment, the rent fees and all that stuff, I'm on the side of landlords. He doesn't talk about landlords enough. He always talks about giving people stuff for free. And because I got a cousin that got like, a few brownstones in Harlem. And he asked him, he saw him because he was, campaigning in that neighborhood, 138th Street and all around there. And he asked me, he said, what are you gonna do for the landlord? And he looked at him like how could you be a landlord? He did. He told me that. And I believe it. So, you know what I'm saying? I don't think he's right, but he's gonna win.
Yeah, hey, D, I'm in New York. I'm in New York City. I'm in the Bronx. We're cooked. We're done. It's the Obama effect over again. He talks nice. He got this little fake ass smile that he does. This little fake ass smile, and when he talks, he finds a way to evade questions. We're done. We're done, bro.
But what's the alternative? Who would you vote for out of those?
I would rather
Sliwa.
Yep.
He talks crazy though. He was good at that debate though. He was. He said, "I'm here. Can you call on me?" He was good though. Sliwa should be in somewhere in Mondani's campaign, his administration. I think
New York's time is coming. It's just going to take a little bit longer than it usually is, but New York is going to be done.
Yeah, I don't think he's business friendly. I don't think that.
Yeah, he's going to run it into the ground.
All of the students, they already got all of the indoctrinated students. They got all of the old ladies. They got all of the sassy men. I didn't know we had this many sassy men in New York City when I went to that.
Who are you calling them?
Sassy.
Sassy man?
Yeah.
Sassy.
Oh,
yeah, Mom Dami got all of the sassy men, all the old ladies with purple hair, and all of the indoctrinated college kids. We're done, bro.
That's New York, brother. We always been like that. New York always been like that.
Oh Lord, that's why it changes. I feel bad for y'all in
It's
New
a
York.
melting pot.
It is. New York and Los Angeles is a huge immigrant stronghold. So,
but what y'all think about the King's Day? That was a success. I mean, for the people that wanted to. Yeah, it was a major success.
Oh, you was.
I'll admit that. I mean, I just watch it.
Did you register?
What'd you say?
Did you register?
Register for what?
To participate.
No, but I will say that I do like. I'm not saying nobody's a king, or I'm not going to get into that. I'm just saying I don't want any dictators. I'm not saying nobody's trying to be. I don't want to get into that argument. I just don't want.
You
to
already
be
brought it up
dictators.
now.
Right.
Y'all done put a knife right in my goddamn throat.